beast came like this. I'm seeing it. I'm even sweating. This is my end. It came and picked the woman that was by me. Her blood even spilled over my body. Pulling and pulling, and I remained stuck in the mud. Then they pulled me out of the mud. If somebody wanted to come and tell me God exists, I could not. Anybody who said God exists, I would beat them until blood comes out. That's when I'll stop. They knew me, not just in the village, also in school. Nobody would preach to me. I started taking myself to school. When people in town heard there's a boy, so they came. It was a very bad moment because they had to separate me from my brother. I was in grade 1. We took myself back to grade 1 when they picked me and brought me here. The time I was in grade 12, I still remember 18th of April that day. On the 17th was a Saturday. Jehovah's Witnesses had come to my home to talk to me. I told them, don't talk to me about God. They said, we are not talking about God, we are talking about kingdom. So they told me about Christendom, and also I got interested. Then they told me we are coming back. But before they went, they told me, you should be very careful of this man who appears on TV. He wears white. That man, when you see him switch off the TV, is from the Christendom. He's stealing people from God and telling them that they are going to go to heaven when the earth was created for us. Papa, it happened that day. Sitting in the sitting room, and I was studying mathematics. Nishnadi Sakunu. Bataka kumushinshifua akafu mampu apena akashala kalabomba kakumushi, especially na isanga sana ati mapepo kuwa serious sana nga walikala ko kumushi malaiti ala mi jumpusha bwangu jump start so na mapepo mfu ya jump start you are done, not kumushi to apotefya kurona shodadi kumushinga kupepa upepe fya serious, otherwise kulumbula fya Yesu mukano kala kuleterela. Lo and behold, 7 hours there was a program on TV. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. But that was the name of the program that came. And there was this man in white, Pastor Benny. He was being interviewed by some tool, the husband, some crouch. He was being interviewed. When I saw him in white, I said, Christendom. So I got up to go and switch off the TV as I was instructed. Then that man said, don't. He's being interviewed. He stopped. Then he looked into the camera and said, don't you ever touch that TV set. Sit down and hear. I stopped and I said, those Jehovah's Witnesses were correct. This one is the deep Satanist. How does he know that I want to touch the TV? And I was an atheist, so I was so much into school. I wanted to become a scientist. That was my discovery stuff. That's what I wanted. So I looked, I said, number one, I am not the only one watching this thing. The whole world is watching. So I'm sure there is another person who wants to switch off. He's not talking to me. I'm going to switch off. When I went to switch off, he said, 7 sit down. Again, I removed my finger. I said, what is happening? Again, I saw at the corner of that TV. You know that TV, the pregnant TV we used to have. That TV that used to have a kafumo. You remember that TV? I went to touch. He said, don't. Then I looked at the corner. It was written recorded. So I said, look at this. This thing is recorded already. You know you are thinking like that. So let me just switch it off. Now when I went to switch off this time, it said, don't touch. He said, you are very stubborn. The Lord has spoken to me that you are a young man. He has not given me your name. He has not given me the country where you are. But I see that you are in Africa. And that you are dressed in a red t-shirt and a black trousers. Sit down. When I checked, I saw black red. This time I wasn't just listening. I'm shivering, shaking. What is going on? God, in that minute I saw that man rise up and said, I am going to talk about the 7 places where Jesus shed his blood for your sake in the next 5 minutes. And he began to talk. Within 3-4 minutes he was done, and he said, lift up your hand, you must receive Jesus. He said, kneel. I knelt. Pray after me. I prayed all kind of prayer he wanted me to pray. I was ready. How come this man speaking through the airwaves, how come this God through a recorded program is able to locate me? I said, there must be God. That day I had desire. Remember, it was around 7 when he said, put your hand on the screen. You remember what Benny Hinn used to do those days? Put your hand on the screen. And I went near, I put my hand on the screen. This hand. He prayed. I did not know what happened to me. The only thing I remember, it was 17 hours. We were staying with my elder brother. He had already returned from work as a Shemaim, and he wanted food to eat. He discovered I had not cooked. When he came in the living room, he found me on the floor, and he was upset, and he kicked me. He never bishop. He kicked me. I was his young brother. Today I love to kick him in the spirit, just to revenge.